If you owned a 1960s red classic Ferrari that you had bought recently, it was in a pretty bad state, and you knew that you wanted to restore it to showroom condition, would you rather take it to a regular auto body repair shop that repairs just any kind of car, or B, a auto repair shop that specializes in restoring red 1960s Ferraris to showroom condition? Which would you rather go to? In this video, I want to talk to you about why choosing a niche is more important than ever, why choosing a niche will save your business and if anything help grow your business, as well as how to get over that fear of choosing a niche that you think might be too small, and why businesses that don't choose a niche are going to die and suffer. Hey funnel builders, Mike Killen here from Sell Your Service. If you're a funnel builder, you should subscribe because I produce new videos every single week to help funnel builders like you attract more clients, increase your income, and sell more funnels. I've got some free training in the description down below on how to choose the perfect niche for your funnel business. Even if you've tried to find a niche before, I want to show you the mind-numbingly dull secret behind choosing the perfect niche and what Ryan Deiss does to find a profitable niche. So we're in my kitchen for a good reason, because I want to explain how important choosing the right niche is for your business. And the kitchen, in my opinion, is a really good place to demonstrate the exact problem that a lot of businesses are facing. If you're struggling to attract new customers and leads to your business, not chase them, but have them come to you because you're magnetically attracting them, or if you're struggling to differentiate yourself to all the other website designers or marketing service businesses, or in fact any other business, you're just struggling to differentiate why businesses should work for you and why customers should hand you money, it's probably because you're not defining your niche or the specific audience that you can help well enough. The root cause of the problem is that most businesses are still setting up and running businesses with the same thinking that they had 30 years ago or 50 years ago when we used to set up businesses. When we had small businesses that long ago, there were a certain set of rules that determined whether your business would be successful or not. Now, the rules have changed and people are still setting up businesses as if they're in the 1960s or 1970s or 1980s without realizing just how important the rules are that have changed. So 30 years ago, it made sense to have a general shop, right? If I was selling kitchen equipment, it made sense to have all the different things that you could get in a kitchen in one location. It made sense to be a generalist because if you were too specific, obviously the way that you would attract customers would mean that you would have to have a lot of customers in a very small area who wanted something specific. So if you go for a general area like kitchen store or just a hardware store in general, you're more likely to find success because you're attracting a lot of people in a small area to come and get all the things that most people need. It wouldn't have made sense 30, 50 years ago to create a specialist store that only sold knives or only sold hammers. You couldn't have had a shop that just sold one speciality, such as knives, and been successful because of the fact that people had to travel to get to that location. And if people are only going to travel 20 miles away, how many people just want a store within a certain area that just sold knives? Yes, in very densely populated areas, this might have worked, but the reality is most people don't live in densely populated areas, and even then, most people wouldn't have gone to just one place to buy one product. So when we've got items like the knives behind me and we set up a business now on the internet, there is so much specificity to what people want to go for and what we can sell that we can set up a business that just sells knives because the internet has changed the way that people do business. Ultimately, what it means is that people respect and are searching for specificity. Just like the 1960s Ferrari example that I gave at the start of the video, if you are looking for knives or you're looking for a particular type of knife, it makes sense to set up a business that just sells knives. Interestingly, even now, just having a knife shop isn't specialist enough. You would even have to go deeper and further into that niche and find a micro market of even 1,000 people. And that's what you want to do over and over and over. In an earlier video, I think earlier this week, I talked about expert status and how you have to stick to a message and a key concept on a topic and repeat it over and over and over. And the way that you achieve expert status is by doing that. Let's say we decided to set up a knife shop, and what we decided to set up, a bit like Flint and Flame here, a German knife manufacturer who I think are great. I've got a bunch of their knives. They sell a very specific type of knife, and they sell it at a very specific price point, as well as a specific type of customer, kind of the, I think they call them pro-matures, like professional amateurs, or like really high quality amateurs, pro-matures, people who would respect a particular type of knife with a particular type of balance. This is a fluted sashimi knife, as opposed to Victorinox, who have got this very flexible knife. And Victorinox make fantastic knives, but they're designed for professional chefs who are working to look on a budget. There's a lot of different areas under the audience that you are going to be looking to work towards. And this is kind of the core concept of the niche. The niche is not defined by the product that you go after, but it's something that you create and you become. If you want to become the world's greatest marketing funnel builder for SaaS businesses that have Android applications and you want to help them convert free users into paying users, that's a very specific need and a specific niche. It doesn't make sense to be a generalist anymore, because I can find a niche with the vast amount of information that's available on the internet and find an expert who's only going to work on this particular area. Here's the second thing that this does. When you go after a very small hyper-specific niche and you stick to your message over and over and over, and you keep telling people this is who you help, this is the problem you can solve, this is the solution you can get, you're going to find that eventually you'll start attracting clients as opposed to trying to chase clients. A lot of businesses in today's high streets and traditional kind of business areas are really struggling today because they refuse to play by the rules of the game which are being used right now. Instead, they want to stay as a generalist rather than adapting to their audience and defining who they're going to help. Just like Ryan Deiss says, businesses are defined by the markets they serve, not the products they sell. And instead of changing with the times and realizing just how important niching down your market is, they stay general and they will die. You shouldn't be afraid of finding a market that's too small. If anything, in Seth Godin's book, This is Marketing, he talks about these micro markets of 1,000 people that are far more sustainable now because of the vast reach of the internet. We can find 1,000 people who we connect with better than anybody else. And now we've developed this true fandom and this true relationship with them, as opposed to staying as a generalist and losing those customers. Don't be afraid of finding a micro market. Be afraid of staying as a generalist, because general audiences attract general pay. One final point, if you want to stop competing on price ever with anyone, like when people say, yeah, well, I could get the same kind of thing on Wix or I could do it myself. If you want to stop that, you need to find a niche. No one ever argues with the leader or the expert within a niche who's created that area, because it's so specific that only you are the one willing to say, yeah, I can help that. The massive advantage that you can bring your marketing funnel business is to go after a niche. I've got a ton of content on niches. I've got some training on finding the perfect niche for your funnel business below. Go ahead and check that out. You shouldn't be afraid of finding a small market. You should be afraid of staying as a generalist, because that will kill your business. I've got some free training in the description down below on how to choose the perfect niche for your funnel business. Even if you've tried to find a niche before, I want to show you the mind-numbingly dull secret behind choosing the perfect niche and what Ryan Deiss does to find a profitable niche. Has that helped with your frame, maybe, around finding a niche and why it's so important and why it's not enough to be a generalist anymore? And if anything, it's dangerous to be a generalist. Let me know in the comments below if this helped or if there was anything that particularly made sense to you. In the meantime, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm Mike from Sell Your Service. Give me a like and a share. That would really help me out, particularly if you thought this video was useful. Sharing it on your social channels gives me a massive, massive load of help. And I'll see you on the next video. Keep building those funnels. Thanks for watching, guys. I've got a couple of videos here which you might be interested in, talking about funnel related topics like how to price a marketing funnel and how to find your first marketing funnel customer. In the meantime, if this video was useful, hit that like button, make sure to leave me a comment and subscribe if you are a funnel builder. I'll see you on the next video. Keep building those funnels.